Bloodwolf Arts Studio. Unleash the artist within.
Welcome to Bloodwolf Arts Studio, and I'm your host, Mr. Moonlight. So today I'm going into the next poem in my series, my collection of poetry, The Seasons of Life, Volume 1, Autumn, and this one is titled Muse. This one was written on February 9th of 2012, and I remember writing this one so clearly in that I remember that I was actually really confused why I was writing it. It doesn't happen very often in my poems where I write something and I'm not entirely sure why I'm writing it. But this was one of those instances. But this one was focused a lot on, there was a lot of focus on loss of inspiration. And, it wasn't that long after I was still processing a lot of the losses, things that were falling apart. I was getting ready to graduate high school. My mom was divorcing my dad. Um, I was not talking to my mom near as much anymore because I didn't feel like I could or why I was supposed to, because she was corrupted, because she was deciding to leave the order, and then also not feeling the same kind of connection with my dad as my mom. I really started to feel pretty aimless, and I remember actually the thought coming across my mind if this poem was about Marlene, um, the girl I thought I was going to marry at some point around this time. Because I also remember one of the things that happened was she got engaged to somebody for a little while, and I was like, "Well, I guess that's at least that's what I remembered." And so I was like, "Well, that's gone." And then it's like, "Well, that chance is gone." And she ended up like not like the engagement broke off for some reason. I think it's because the guy that she was engaged to ended up he was like on kind of the rougher part of things, and I think he ended up eventually leaving the order. Pretty positive he eventually left, but it was close around that time where I think he left. But anyways, I remember as I was writing this, I was like, is this about her, my muse? I'm like, or is this about God? Is this about spirit? Is this about mom? Honestly, I wasn't really sure about what exactly this was referring to, but there was um, definitely a feeling of not feeling inspired anymore or feeling like I could receive God's inspiration because I had so many things unfolding before me and so many things changing, so many things going sideways, not going any way according to plan, um, and really just starting to feel pretty aimless, um, and such a yearning for wanting to know how things were going to play out, like how things were going to go for me, how things were going to go for mom, how things were going to go for my family, how things are going to go for the girls that I was interested in or was otherwise courting for one reason or another. And so, um, reflecting back on it now, I feel like it was kind of a general feeling of being lost and without inspiration. And I also feel like it's interesting because the fact that there was such a lack of clarity on what I was grieving through this poem, um, that's kind of how emotions are sometimes, really, is a lot. There are plenty of times when people are sad and they don't quite know why they're sad, but they just feel that there's something in the air, some kind of loss, and start crying or whatever, and not totally understanding why. And that's definitely what this poem was. Is there was a feeling of loss of inspiration, loss of direction, and just not really sure. I was able to pinpoint where it was coming from, but that's what ended up inspiring this one, Muse. One of the last things that comes to mind reflecting on this poem now is it really had just felt like I had been able to count on this inspiration and guidance from God most of my life where things were so clear. And it was really at this turning point where I felt like my inspiration had just started to fail me. Like I couldn't count on it anymore. The inspiration was gone. Where do I go? And really just being like, well, I've been able to count on this source of inspiration for a long time, but now she's gone. And I don't know why, I don't know where, but for the first time in my life, I feel like it's starting to fail me and has failed me. So whatever comes next, I don't know. I wish. I wish I knew. I wish I could see it. So remember to like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Facebook, Blood Wolf Art Studio. You can follow me on TikTok as Mr. Moonlight Rhyme. That's also my handle across all my platforms. I have a link to um, the books down in my description down below. You can go check those out and buy those if you'd like. So stay tuned for the poem, the reading of the poem. And thank you for tuning in and welcome to my side of the moon.
Muse by Aaron Brown. A muse I've lost. There is no light. Out of mind, out of sight. She's gone somewhere, I know not why. Up in clouds, up in the sky. The view is broad, I wish I knew. Oh, where am I? Oh, where are you? I'd love to see just how it feels, to see it all, to know the real, and see all, and see me. See where I fall, see what I'll be. Past the veil, past the sky. Where to go? Where will I die? Where are they, others I know? The part they play in this long show. What will they be? How will they go? How, when, why? I do not know. Why have you gone, O dearest muse? One who can help and unconfuse. I've lost my muse. Oh, where did she go? The value she had, she may never know.